My name is Eddie, and this is reading for Libra from the 27th of March till the 2nd of April. So I'm just going to shuffle your cards, and don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. There's also links in the description for free daily readings, personal readings, buy me a coffee, and to my crystal shop. So let's just lay down your ten cards on the table. So the first card is in the here and now, the present situation. What's going on around you at this time, okay? And the card I get is the Five of Cups, excuse me. Okay, strong sense here of looking back, okay? I'm seeing like these spilt cups on the ground. So it could well be around a recent loss or around a relationship situation which wasn't working out in the way which you wished. There's something here about some upsets, okay? So something has clearly upset you, okay? Something was either said or something was done here, and it's really hurt you. That's the overall energy which I get here, and you keep looking back. So it could well be there's some bad memories attached to this, okay? And you keep thinking about it, you keep looking back, and in a sense it's kind of sort of holding you back, because looking at the card ahead of you, there's these two cups which are still standing, okay? So it's very much this feeling that once you change perspective or you change direction, then much better things are ahead for you. You know, these two cups still standing can talk about improvements around matters of the heart, something very special waiting for you, okay? I'm also seeing this bridge as well, and there's something here about it being water under the bridge, okay? You will get to that point, okay, where you realize the best way is to look forward and to move away from this situation, okay? But you're kind of in this stage at the moment where you're kind of sort of looking back, but you kind of sort of feel stuck, I feel, okay? There's a lot of sadness around you, and it's kind of sort of all holding you back at this time. I mean, there could also be a lot of conflict as well with the number 5 on the card, so it could be some disagreements, some arguments. Just everything just seems very kind of sort of messy. That's what I get here, and emotions are kind of sort of spilling and flying all over the place. So, wow, okay, the card crossing is the 7 of Swords, okay. Sometimes this is known as a cheating card, or there could be some trust issues here. Quite toxic, really, to be honest. It's also known as a thief card, so someone might have taken something from you, okay? So it's kind of looking after your valuables here. But it's also about leaving something here, you know, in the ground, okay? There's a lot of toxic energy, people around you, and it's like leaving something and then just moving away from the situation. So it kind of shows you in this transitional period at the moment, but everything's kind of blown up in your face, you know, it's all over the place at the moment, okay? And it's like you're trying to deal with things left, right and centre, where maybe at this time it may well just be best just to step back, you know, from the situation, take some time out, you know, maybe a holiday or a walk in the countryside by water, do some exercise or meditation if you can, okay? And then that will help to give you more clarity. It's not it's like not being able to see the wood for the trees at the moment. So in the past, coming to the present, I've got the 6 of Pentacles. So it's a strong sense of you giving here, okay? And the more you give, the more they take. I mean, you would think that if you give a lot, then you get a lot back, okay? But it hasn't been working that way with this person or this situation. But what I would say is that it will come back in equal measure from one source or another. Yes, all this time, all this effort you put in, you will be rewarded for it, okay? But it could well be in a different area or in a different direction or with someone else or some other situation here, okay? But it's like a savings account, okay? You've been putting it away, you know, you've been putting it out there, you've been very generous with your heart and also, you know, perhaps with your money and your time, and it will come back. It always comes back. In fact, it comes back when you kind of let go and move forward. You know, it's a bit like you're walking around town, you've got all these bags of rubbish. You know, once you get rid of that, then you create space for something new. And you also become much lighter within yourself and you move towards what you want much faster. So, yeah, looking forward, I've got the Page of Wands reversed. There's going to be some very unhappy people around you. Okay, that's what I get here. Very jealous of you. Okay, of what you achieve. But they just feel very kind of, well, it's like you take back control of the situation. So rather than letting other people or situations, it's like you become more like sort of ruthless, or it appears ruthless to them, but you're just being perhaps normal. You know, you're using your mind rather than your heart here around a situation, and just not being influenced by these people or situations. Okay, you decide to take control. You decide to control the situation rather than letting the situation or these people control you. And to them, yes, it may seem ruthless, but it's not. You know, it's just you thinking about yourself for a change, and they may well try to make you feel jealous, or make you feel guilty rather. Okay, and they'll play on that, and they'll try and drag you back. But I do sense you being very strong and just moving away from this situation. Yeah, I mean, your goal card is shown by the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. It could well be, yeah, you're being pulled one way and then the other. I do sense something kind of sort of toxic going on here. There's also extremes as well, so pushing and pulling, blowing hot and cold. There's coming and going kind of sort of energy. You're wanting things to become more settled, but all these people, all these situations, one is to kind of sort of drag you down, to keep you stuck where you are, to manipulate you, to put negative seeds into your head. Okay, but there's a strong sense of you thinking for yourself here, and they don't like it, but they can't do anything about it. Okay, and they'll just kind of sort of drift off into the distance. Okay, subconsciously, yeah, I've got the Two of Cups here. Interesting, because it's about, for me, it's about like unity. So it's like unity within yourself. So it could well be, as I was picking up here, that you're being pulled one way and then the other. It's like your heart was feeling one thing, your mind wanting something else. But this card is very much about unity. So you find this unity within yourself. So your heart and your mind work together, which then drives you forward. But of course, if you find unity within yourself, then you also find it on the outside. So it could well be around a new relationship or a new stage within a present one, because there's two cups here as well. It's just a matter of just turning around and then moving forward towards those two cups. Could well be a very deep connection as well. I'm getting something like a soulmate connection here. So the advice here, yeah, I mean, the Hanged Man in the reverse position, it's letting go, it's changing direction, changing your perspective. You know, if you change the way you look at something, what you look at changes, you know. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, you know. You've got to make a sacrifice. You've got to move away from this situation. Take a risk, take a leap of faith, because better things are shown ahead for you, as shown by the Ace of Wands, which is what's happening around you, what's going to happen around you, okay? New beginnings, the Ace, okay? Wands are very much about something creative or something spiritual. It could also be about romance as well, so it could well be that romance is going to bubble up around you, which is indicated actually by the Two of Cups and the Five of Cups once you turn around and look forward. Or you could actually be starting some kind of course or reading up on some stuff, something spiritual, something creative, perhaps looking at intention setting, looking at how you can get more of what you want. A very, very positive card. Big changes on the way for you. Your hopes and your fears are shown by the Four of Cups. I suppose your fear is that you're still going to feel kind of down and just very emotional about stuff. Okay, you're worried, you know, you're going to get the same kind of experiences, but there's a complete change shown in the cards here. You know, there's this kind of, at a deep level, it's about you being more in touch with yourself, more unity within yourself on the outside. And the Hanged Man is about this transformation. Okay, you need to make the sacrifice, you need to move away from this situation. New beginnings as shown by the Ace of Wands here. Okay, something creative, spiritual, could also be around romance. And the final, wow, okay, I like that, because it's what I've been talking about throughout the reading. It's the Two of Swords in the reverse position. Okay, look at this. You've got the swords, they're coming together to a point. Yeah, so it could well be at the bottom, that's how things have been, and slightly now, if you like, your heart has been feeling one thing, your mind wanting something else. It's like your mind and your heart working in unity, moving away from this situation, dealing with it differently, and then things coming together for you. Better times are shown ahead for you. It's looking very, very positive. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. And there's also links for free daily readings, personal readings, to buy me a coffee, into my crystal shop. Thank you.